It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New York Jets, next on Madden Football.
Travel west from Midtown Manhattan, through the Lincoln Tunnel to the Jersey side. It's MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. Greg, love this matchup. We got a couple of defensive-minded teams in this one. They love to press the quarterback. They press those wide receivers on the corners. Man, points are going to be tough to come by in this one.
And as good as the defenses think they're going to be entering today's game, Mike, I think it really flips the pressure on the opposing offenses. Make the most of your opportunities. Each possession matters. Don't turn the ball over. Don't be afraid to punt it back and play a little field position. The game within the game, I think, is a critical factor for ultimately who finds himself victorious at the end of this matchup.
The veteran Chris Boswell ready to get things going. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. Panay Wanwu now to return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. So the Jets offense ready to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the man from Ohio State, 6'3", Justin Fields.
There's a lot of guys out there, Mike, that over the last couple years, the start of Justin Fields' career, they love nitpicking his game. It's a little unconventional. He's not an in-rhythm, on-time pocket quarterback, but I think that's okay. I think some of the criticism is fair, but there's one thing you can't deny. He is electric with the ball in his hands, both escaping the pocket and as a designed runner. I think they need to lean into his strengths as a player. Don't shy away from him. Because when he's playing at the top of his game, man, he is the ultimate weapon.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They go play action with Fields. That's to the running back, Breece Hall. And he'll be out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, and that gains them another first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
To the outside, complete. It's Wilson.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Throwing is Fields. That one into the hands of Smart. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. But as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. They give to Hall, and he is planted in the backfield. Defenders crashing through, blow up that play behind the line.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike, I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Fields. Gets that one to the veteran Lazard. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion. This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
On now comes the punt team for the Jets. Calvin Austin, deep for the Steelers. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. They are led by their quarterback, the future Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers.
There's not many guys, Mike, in NFL history that while their career is still ongoing, they already are considered a no-brainer finding themselves in Canton one day. And this guy is certainly at the top of the list. And let's not forget, this is not some washed-up quarterback who can't let go of the pass. He is still capable of playing at an all-pro level. And if he continues to do so, any team he's on is going to be a Super Bowl contender. The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
He'll find his big target, Pat Fryermuth. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
And on this first down, it's Johnson. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. They'll go again with Johnson. Here comes 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. He'll try to run for it.
Really nice job here, not only avoiding the rush on 3rd down, but quickly finding that crease, get downfield, and he's able to pick up the first down.
2 first downs have them up to the 44-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Give it right up the middle. Here's Johnson. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. Another run here with Johnson. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
When you call a draw, Mike, what you're counting on is that the defense is in full pass mode. The linebackers in secondary are getting a lot of depth in their drops. The defensive line is just racing up the field thinking, I'm going to sack the quarterback. In this case, they're not so lucky. Not only do they not catch him off guard, they're not able to pick up any yards.
In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Jermaine Johnson, the former first-round pick, in there to bring him down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
On 4th down, here's Cameron Johnston to punt for Pittsburgh. Xavier Gibson to return for the Jets. A fair catch signaled and taken at about the 18-yard line. The Jets offense going to take over now for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. He's going to tuck it and go. Big gain on the ground here as he takes this up past the 40-yard line.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on a big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Hall running right. And he'll take this to about the 46-yard line with Deshaun Elliott on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 6. Play action now for Fields. This one caught by Lazard. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
He'll be taken down at about the 33-yard line. Patrick Queen, the linebacker. They're on the tackle. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. Quick throw, taken in. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
They'll try to run for it with Hall. And he'll take it down to the 22, but they've got it. That's enough for the 1st down.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
On 1st and 10, Fields. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Fields now on 2nd down. This one taken in by Reynolds. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells...
nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
Anders Carlson here now to try the field goal. This one from 47 yards out. Carlson's kick is good. And the Jets will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
On the return, here comes Cordero Patterson. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. This one is complete to DK Metcalf. And they'll have it, a cruising 46-yard line. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive. So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. We're back to upstate New York in just a moment. First and 10. The master of play action, Rodgers. This one grabbed by Austin. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. On play action, Rodgers. Off he goes.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
They'll run this over the center with Johnson. Oh, and the rookie puts it on the deck. It's a fumble. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
Here's Johnson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
Oh, now flags come in. Looks like movement up front. And 3rd down just became a lot tougher. So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Steelers will tie the game at 3 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
So the field goal draws us even. It is now 3-3 as the kick's away. Set to return is Xavier Gibson. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start 1st and 10. Now he'll run. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
A give. Here's Hall. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. To throw is Fields. He connects. It's in the hands of Reynolds. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll run it out of the gun, and it's Hall. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Second down and 3. Here's Fields. A throw left side, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Garrett Wilson there, and it'll be third down.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Quick throw here is complete. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down?
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on fourth down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Jets will take a 6-3 lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Back out is Carlson following the made field goal. And he sends this kickoff away. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Steelers offense about ready to take over once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Play fake. It's right. The blitz overwhelming the offensive line, and down he goes.
So after picking up some positive yardage on first down, they end up going backwards on second. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the gun, Rodgers. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now, fair catch. He'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The Jets offense ready to take over once again. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Fields. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Now a second down throw for Fields. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Second down, it's Fields. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
3rd and a yard. Fields now. He's got his man complete to Wilson. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
They'll go again with Hall. And they'll stop him. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yardage, but it didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be 3rd down.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
Fields from the gun on 3rd down. He'll find Hall out of the backfield. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. Two minutes to play in the first half of a 3-point game. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this. Here's Austin McNamara now. He'll punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll do so with 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Rodgers. That one knocked away and incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
That has to be a disappointing end to this drive. Just think, when they took the field on this possession, Mike, they're thinking they got a shot to go down there and take the lead, but they couldn't even get to midfield, let alone the end zone. If they end up getting another shot before halftime, they've got to find a way to have better execution than they did right here.
A fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Jets offense and quarterback Justin Fields make their way back out, and he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. From the shotgun, it's Fields. Now he'll run it. And Fields, who's tough to bring down in the open field, gives the D a break as he slides down. But he got the first down. It's a first down and a gain of 13.
The defense is going to have to come up with a plan for this quarterback using his legs, Mike, or it's going to be a long day. They knew coming in he was a threat, but I'm not sure they thought he would be this effective this early.
And he's going to have a first down here as they are into field goal range at the 27. Fields gets that one to the veteran Lazard. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Anders Carlson here now to try the field goal. This will be a 41-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game. So we have reached halftime here. It is a 6-point difference at the break. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find John. We'll get ready for the third quarter. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Patterson now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. He finds Austin with the grab. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Play action now with Rodgers. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down. Roman Wilson was the intended target, and it'll lead to a 2nd down. On the ground, it's Johnson. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. On third down, they go with Warren. Steelers getting ready to put this one away, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Jets offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. He's going to run it. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
On 1st and 10, Fields. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Off the play action, here's Fields. His throw left side is complete. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
Points have certainly been hard to come by in this one today, Mike, but it seems like this drive has been what they've been searching for. A little bit of rhythm, the ability to sustain. Now they got to finish. Now they got to capitalize on these first downs and go finish with 6.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Fields to throw. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Fields now on 2nd down. They're called in at the 2. To the goal line and in. Xavier Gibson. Touchdown, Jets. It felt like they needed a touchdown. Greg, in the worst way, after getting those early field goals to find the end zone. Big boost for this offense.
And it felt like they really needed it. As you said, Mike, to come away with 3 previous drives ending in field goals and not being able to cross it over the goal line for 6, it starts to wear on you as an offense. You start having a little doubt saying, hey, can we finish any of these drives? Now they finally do, and we can expect this to kind of start to roll throughout the rest of this game. So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but their execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense make their way out to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. And the struggles in the running game continue. They take him down behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. He'll get that to Wilson. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Fair catch made here. The drive will start at the 23-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. And a nice gain there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. Here's 2nd and 2. They bring a tight end in motion left. Another run here with Hall. And he'll manage to get to the 33 with Deshaun Elliott on the tackle. They don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. On the handoff, here comes Hall. It's a pickup of 12. Good for a Jets 1st down.
Well, after not having much success in the 1st half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the 3rd quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
This one taken in by Reynolds. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Give up the middle with Hall. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
Anytime you run a draw, you're hoping the linebacker reads pass and starts dropping into his pass coverage. That's what creates space for your running back to get going. Well, not this time. The linebacker saw it from the jump. He's able to penetrate in the backfield and take the runner down for a loss.
Quick slant into the hands of Wilson. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run where they're not, and when he throws it, catch it.
He brings this to about the 26-yard line. with Deshaun Elliott on the tackle. Second down and 8. On the give, it's Hall. And he'll get this close to a first down. Gets about 7, maybe a yard short of the first down. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. 3rd down, here's Hall.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. RPO, quick throw, grabbed by Wilson. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Back to throw is Fields. Open man, that's Gibson. And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
They'll run, it's Hall. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Reese Hall. Touchdown, New York. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Anders Carlson now for the PAT. It's up and good. And the Jets will extend this 3rd quarter lead. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. Patterson now to return it. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Steelers offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. From the gun, Rodgers. That one caught by Wilson. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, That's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Rodgers going up top again. That's to the right side and incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
On 3rd down, Rodgers. He'll get this into the hands of Austin. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. Going to lose a yard as he steps out of bounds.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? He's going to have the 1st down and more. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now it's Johnson. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Here's Rodgers. That's caught right side. It's Freiermuth.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that after this long drive would be a bit of a letdown.
Rodgers now. And he's in. Pat Freiermuth. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Chris Boswell on for the point after. He's got it. And the Steelers are able to cut into the deficit. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Gibson now on the return. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. And he'll manage only the 34-yard line. He's brought down after a short gain. Shotgun snap and a give to Hall. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So third down forthcoming. From the shotgun, it's Fields. He gets this one complete to Reynolds. They get 10 yards on the hook up there, and the Jets have a first down.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
Here's Hall, and he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. He connects. It's in the hands of Reynolds. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and third down coming up. Now, Fields. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
On comes the punt team now for the Jets, as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. That's going to be out of bounds, well judged and spotted right at the 10-yard line. The visitors' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's first and 10. On the ground, it's Warren to start the drive. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. To throw, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Third down, 3 to go. Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. He's got a man down the field, it's Austin. And he'll wind up out of bounds past the 45-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. And even 30 yards.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given. but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else. And I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. To throw is Rodgers. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Stevens.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The home team's offense ready to take over once more. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. We're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick 1st down.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On the run, here's Hall. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Now a 2nd down throw for Fields. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. They'll try to run for it with Hall. They'll bring him down right at the 35, but that is good enough. They pick up the 1st down. A run here with Hall. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. He'll get this out wide. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. They'll run. This is Hall. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. 2nd and 7. On the option, here's Hall. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. The lane closed quickly, and here comes 3rd down. They'll go again with Hall. And the Jets are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 3. Here's a run. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple. So push back to the 11-yard line for 2nd and goal. One more time, they give it to Hall. And he will get into the end zone. Reese Hall, touchdown Jets. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
Carlson's kick is good. And the Jets will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. Here's Gainwell to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. And this ball's going to be incomplete. Pat Freiermuth, the intended receiver. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That's complete. It's Metcalf. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the 2nd half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A 1st down.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another 1st down.
This is just like recess, just playing one-on-one football and saying, all right, I'm throwing you the ball. You got to go get open. This is a great job by the receiver selling it at the top of his route. The defender thought he was defending a deep ball. He sticks his foot in the ground and comes back. Well-timed, well-executed, and a nice pickup.
What a critical flag. Roughing the passer, it sets up 1st and goal. Again, it's Rodgers.
First and goal. The quarterback thinks he's got a shot to take this one in himself. I think he's just a little late In his reaction and decision to turn into a runner, defense has just enough time to get there. They stop him short of the end zone. 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal. Now Rodgers. And he's not going to be able to get away. Might lose a yard. They've got him back at the 2. So this one in the win column for the Jets. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game. And are going to send their fans home quite happy. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Jets as we say goodbye from MetLife Stadium.